Good afternoon, everybody. As I said on the chat, today I'm drawing something that I don't know what is going to be. Actually, the client who hired me to make a drawing, he knows he wants a Silent Hill art, but he doesn't know exactly what he wants. So I'm making some thumbnails to help him to think what could help him, what could be interesting, and then he's going to decide, or he's going to come up with something from his own. And that's it. We're going to work, we're going to exercise our imagination. Um, this might be something a little boring because when you don't know exactly what you're going to draw, you have to think a lot of what you're doing and having ideas all the time. Or this is a lot of thinking exercises, and sometimes I get stuck trying to figure out what to do. But I guess it is something that my client is passing through too. So that's it. Let's try to imagine the best things. There is a character I really want to draw, which is Lisa Golan from Silent Hill 1, and I think it would be interesting to have her. So I'm gonna take my chances. What is the chance that the client likes the thumbnail where she appears as the main character, and decided to buy it from me? Well, this is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm trying to do. I'm gonna try to sell one of my favorite characters, so the guy's gonna pay for me to draw the character I love. This is amazing. This is not. It's not every day that something like this happens. So I am going to. I'm going to try my best. I hope you guys enjoy it. This is my first mistake, to start without references. I've got a few ideas that could give me a good scene. Sorry, I had to leave the room. I have 3 thumbnails so far. Um, one of Lisa making first ad to Sybil Bennett. The second one is just a POV of you being taken care of by Lisa. The third one is Lisa on her. I don't know how to say the name of this in English. Close it. I'm not sure. In nurse's restroom and Dr. Kaufman behind her. If you don't know who Dr. Kaufman is, it is a character of Silent Hill 1. He's a doctor that makes part of a cult. And it's not a good person, it's not a good guy, but it's said there is a gossip among the people that Lisa is having an affair with Dr. Kaufman, and to discover if this is true or not, you should play the game. Which is a great game, I promise. Normally I make my thumbnails with an horizontal orientation because most of my clients see the drawings on their cell phone screens, so I prefer to make the drawings in this orientation since they will see it in their cell phones. It's better don't have to resize the drawing to see everything. So usually I make more suggestions on the on the vertical than on the horizontal. Man, this sounds horrible. I apologize for my poor English. I know how to say this in Portuguese very easily because I was born here in Brazil, so please forgive me for my shitty English. And let's see if we can think of something else. I know if you guys are commissioned artists and you have some trouble discovering the better presentation for your client, if you're not sure about what your client wants, or if you're in the situation that you are not, you don't have the concrete idea, making thumbnails can help you a lot to put a lot of ideas on the paper, even the worst ideas on the paper, and have space for choosing. I suggest you to place all the ideas you have, the good ones, the bad ones, the creative ones, the not so creative ones, because when it's about drawing, you don't really know if something is going to be good to draw unless you put it on the paper. I mean, until you can see the thing on the paper, you will never know that thing is good or not. So I strongly suggest you, if you're trying to decide something for yourself or even for a client, please make some thumbnails. It's going to turn things easy. If I was drawing this for myself, I would probably pick idea 1 or idea 2. But as I am doing for someone else, and this person might have a different taste than mine, the more options at present, the better. one of the things I like a lot to do on my suggestions is Silent Hill characters as actors on the backstage. There is one thing that is pretty interesting in Silent Hill. At least the first one is that in the end of a game, no matter which ending you do, there is a cutscene, a cinematic scene, where you have all the characters doing how can I say, backstage mistakes. I'm not sure how is the expression in English. In in Portuguese would be something like erros de gravação, which is literally the recording mistakes when the actors just just mistake their lines or their actions, and it's it's nice, man. This gives a fresh air to a game that is actually a nightmare game. You have the dense nightmare horror atmosphere in the game, and then everything goes away because you have this reward when you finish the game. You see, it's everything a movie, and all the characters are acting. Nobody is really dead, and probably most of the people there are good people, and even Dahlia Gillespie is a nice person. And I love this in Silent Hill 1, and I like giving this the suggestions to my clients when they ask me Silent Hill, uh, when they propose me Silent Hill commissions. So I am making this again. They never accept it. They never buy it. But one day maybe, they'll have the same sense of humor. So here I have. Sorry. So here I have Lisa reading her script, and we have here that lightning bulbs you see on the backstages, whatever. And let's continue making more thumbnails. You guys can ask anything in Portuguese too, because I am actually Brazilian and I do speak Portuguese, so you can talk to me anytime. Just checking if the videos are running properly, but I guess they are. Believe me, I commit a lot of mistakes when it's about technology and organization. And it's pretty common that I forget something, that I forget recording, or I forget streaming, or I forget the microphone turned off. A lot of stuff. So I'm very distracted. Some people think this might be ADHD. I'm not sure. I never made a test. I should do it anytime. But it's not in my schedule right now. What else can I do with Lisa? If you have suggestions, I accept them. So here we have interacting with another character. Here it's in your POV, interacting with another character. Backstage. She is dead. Maybe it's interesting to just make her cold and you're on Alessa's bedroom. Might be interesting too. It captures more the horror atmosphere of Silent Hill 1. She is the nurse that takes care of Alessa when she is about to die, when she is being possessed by the demon and manifestating powers and cursing the whole city. So this might be pretty horror stuff, you know. This could be frightening. And this is the atmosphere of Silent Hill, something that is quite inside. Here is some machines that measure man, this one is bad. This one is crazy. There is a great chance that the client chooses this one because it engulfs more the atmosphere of the game. The first one, which is my favorite, is one that is more on my taste and not necessarily on the mood of a client or the mood of the franchise, because I I like these fresh interactions between characters, like they are, you know, um, totally unaware of the things that are to come, the curses and demons and everything else. So I guess this is something that that I enjoy. I myself enjoy this moments, these little moments before the storm. But not always the clients like it. So it's not always like I'm going to have it. And when you're drawing for other people, you're not always drawing what you want. Sometimes you have a lot of ideas that you would like to draw, but the client is going to choose the one that better fits what he or she has in mind. And that's it. That's why I am being paid for it. I'm not being paid to draw exactly what I love. And I'm really happy because a I'm drawing a franchise, characters from a franchise that I really love. It's my favorite game, and or at least my favorite franchise. And someone paying me for doing this is like a dream coming true. So anything the client chooses here is gonna make me happy. There are a few preferences, of course, but everything he chooses is gonna make me happy. And I guess this is the point of of doing um, doing commissioned art nowadays. It's not about getting rich or um, famous or recognizable like a superstar everywhere. No, it's about doing what you love. You know, most of the people I know have to wake up early and get a bus or a train or a subway and go to a distant place and work in something they don't like to have their lives. And I am pretty privileged because I just wake up and draw, and I can draw the whole day. This is the best life I could have. I'm really thankful to God for it. And now, so far we have 5 thumbnails. I guess 7 thumbnails would be perfect for him. Is a Kabbalistic number, I guess. This is gonna be helpful. I have her in the bedroom. one is cool too. If you played the game, again, me saying to play the game, but if you play the game, this scene will make much more sense. Because in the end of the game, and I'm sorry, I don't want to give spoilers, but man, I'm so tempted. This is a scene that people who played the game will understand pretty good. There you go. Bad ending for Dr. Kaufman. This is something I really would like to see. And I guess everybody who is a fan of Lacey Garland would like to see her vengeance against Dr. Kaufman. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, please play the game. Play the game. Okay, this is candidate number 2 for being chosen. And you know this, how I sabotage myself. I have a favorite picture, and I create a lot of more pictures that have something far more to do with the franchise and the story. And the client won't choose the one I like because I just did something that is more into the story on the thumbnails. But this is the cool stuff about being thumbnails, because you can free your mind. I used to make 2 or 3 thumbnails before making a drawing, but I studied under a more experienced artist who told me to do 10 thumbnails, 20 thumbnails. I'm making 7, and the point is, the more you make thumbnails, the more your mind is getting fresh, the more the ideas come out to your mind, and you start getting better and better and better ideas, especially if you are drawing something you have some familiarity with, in this case Silent Hill. Now let's make a paysage orientation drawing. It's in horizontal composition. What should I do? Coffee's over. And if you guys want to participate by giving suggestions for thumbnails, feel free to do so. Easy. se você tá ouvindo em português, quer dizer, pera, não, eu tava falando em inglês, você tá ouvindo em português agora. É isso. Se você tá ouvindo agora, está entendendo em português, fique à vontade também para dar sugestões de thumbnail. Eu faço essa live mais em inglês porque eu tenho mais clientes fora, inclusive o dono dessa peça, dessa futura peça, é um cliente de fora do país. Então eu faço a narrativa da live mais em inglês, porque esse cara vai ver, mas aqui não tem limitação, né? Fique à vontade, se você quiser participar, dar ideia, conversar, trocar figurinha, fique à vontade. O que eu faço com você? Eu não vou mostrar pra você. Essa é, sinceramente, a parte mais chata de todo o processo criativo. É quando você tá com várias ideias legais, você quer completar esse set de ideias, você quer ter todas essas ideias e aí você estanca, dá aquele branco, você tá ali no limbo sem saber se a ideia vai sair ou não. Geralmente isso acontece quando eu faço desenho em paisagem, né? Formato paisagem, porque eu já tô tão acostumado a fazer nesse formato aqui, retrato, né? Vertical aqui, já para o pessoal que vai olhar no celular. E aí quando eu venho para esse formato aqui, que é o de paisagem, aí eu engancho um pouquinho, né? Qual a solução para isso? Estudar mais desenhos nesse formato. Por que eu não estudo tanto desenho nesse formato? Porque a maioria das pessoas que vê os desenhos hoje vê no celular. Então, nesse formato paisagem, o desenho fica menor, ou então o cara tem que abrir ele e ficar navegando para poder ver o desenho todo. Eu acho que prejudica a apreciação, então fazendo assim fica mais fácil. Agora isso não quer dizer que tenha que desenhar sempre única e exclusivamente dessa forma. É só uma forma, é só uma maneira de pensar na pessoa que está vendo. Né? Tenho clientes que pedem o desenho já com orientação paisagem, porque eles vão usar como papel de parede no monitor, e aí já faz mais sentido. O desenho tá nessa orientação. Vamos lá. Me veio uma ideia na cabeça, mas ainda não estou sabendo representar ela. Aqui. Pegando aqui uma referência. Now getting a reference that is going to make some difference for fans. Might not be recognizable by everybody, but for the fans, this is going to make some sense. And if Lissa is getting another shift in Brookhaven Hospital, and she is now attending someone with the same clothing as Mary from Silent Hill 2 remake. Man, this is gonna be nice. Okay guys, 7 thumbnails from a client to decide which one is his favorite one and which one he is going to pay for. Of course, those are just suggestions. and none of them is necessarily going to be chosen. Um, the client can just look at all this and say none of them pleases me, and in this case he's going to present me a different approach, something more detailed of his own imagination, and that's it. Still Silent Hill, and I'll enjoy doing it as I always do. um, this is the live streaming of today. It's a short one, I guess. How much time? 1 hour streaming. But this is it. This is the first step of every commissioned work. You make thumbnails to discuss the ideas with the client. So the client gives his opinions, you give your opinions, and you guys get to a decision. And I'm very glad that I'm being paid to draw something that I really, really, really love, and this is it. When my client decide about it, I will come back here and try to share with you the process, and stream the drawing or the painting. It's going to depend on when the client is going to respond my emails, and when I'm going to be able to schedule the producing of this piece. But I'll try to draw it and paint it, or at least make one of the phases here, live streaming with you guys. Thanks for watching. If you like this kind of content, please subscribe, follow me on social media, and do it if you want, if you like it. See you guys next week. Bye bye.